Live from Los Angeles, here's Everyway Woman.
Welcome back to Everyway Woman. So, ladies, I want to talk about what it's like to be different in a culture that expects you to follow the norm, beyond race, but of course, including race. Mm-hmm. You know, Amber, you're different.
Well, I'm different.
You are. You're
different. I'm an American woman.
You've gone above and beyond what was, maybe expected of you in ways, and you've really been a true trailblazer in your community. And, what was that like for you?
First of all, I stand on shoulders of a lot of African American women and men. I think for me and my family, they want to stay in their small city, and I just saw a bigger picture.
That's what I meant when I said you're different.
Yeah.
You saw the bigger picture.
They know I'm crazy, though. My family know I'm crazy. But, my thing is, I don't want to be different. I like being different, but I think normal to me is different. Mm-hmm. So, I don't know.
Yeah, I grew up in a military family, so we moved around a lot. And so there wasn't really a norm. There wasn't a norm. Nothing was normal when I was growing up. I found out that I wasn't normal by talking to normal people. So that's how I learned. I'm being a mix. Sometimes I can blend into.
What do you mix with?
Well, I'm Korean and Irish.
Wow.
But when I lived in a Latin community, when I first came to LA, and I went to the grocery store, and everyone was Spanish. And I was just trying to pick fruit. I didn't understand what some of the things were. They spoke to me in Spanish, and I go, I'm sorry, I don't speak Spanish. And this one man got so upset with me and going off in Spanish. And I'm looking at him like, I don't speak Spanish. I'm sorry. Did I say something? And he goes, why are you trying to be somebody you're not? Why do you think you're trying to be white? Why are you letting go of your culture? Why are you this and this and this? And I go, he thought I was half Spanish.
Wow.
And I remember looking at him going, I'm Korean. And I had to speak in Korean. I was like, no, 한국말 알아. No, 한국 사람이에요. And he's looking at me like, wow. And he kind of walked away.
Well, now that you're talking about the Latino community, I think in the Latino community, what's the older generation? It's like you have to be married, you have to have children, and it's like I always get that when I go to parties. Ay, mija, no estás casada todavía, no tienes hijos, ay, which it already passed, and I'm like, I get offended. I'm like, I don't want to have children. I don't want to get married right now,
What do you mean it already passed?
That's what they tell you.
I worry about that, and I always tell my mom, I was like, I feel like a spinster, because I grew up in the Midwest in a very conservative community where most of the people were married by the age of 22, had a baby by 25, and I left 4 days after college, moved cross country. I'm not married. I don't have a child. I'm not going to have 30 wondering what I'm going to do with the rest of my life, and I'm a black sheep. I'm like a crazy spinster.
But you know what, though? I've always, even just within my family, I've always been considered the one who, depending on the mood of how they're addressing me, I'm either the one that marches to the beat of my own drum, or, if they're in a less benevolent mood, then I'm the crazy one. But I've always been comfortable doing my own thing.
But I think African American culture is different.
Absolutely.
We look at life like, be happy, go after what it is you need to do, and take care of your business. And so I think sometimes we get the stereotype of saying, African Americans don't do this, or African Americans don't do that. And I think that's a myth. Sometimes we do step out the boundaries and we go for it, You
know what? You're absolutely right, because I can't tell you how many people looked at me with a side-eye question mark when I told them that this past February I went to Japan to go snowboarding. They're like, wait a minute. You went all the... Wait,
did they look at you like that?
Did they look at you like that?
I went to Japan to go snowboarding.
That's something different, but hey, man, okay, that's what you want to do.
And I go camping, and I can't tell you.
Right.
I can't tell you how difficult it is to get some of my African American friends to go camping with me.
It is.
But
I think our generation now is a little bit different, because we have a little more freedom, and we see life a little bit different instead of in the confined segregation kind of,
I have to say that social media in that way, I think, has been so eye-opening. Because we get to see how other cultures live, not just other cultures, but other cultures get to see what we do.
No, they don't really get to see it. They get to see an idealized version.
They get to see what we present to them.
What we present to them, exactly.
Not anymore.
Not
anymore.
But you know what, though?
Not with us, baby.
I think some of the younger ones are kind of turning into the TMI generation. So with the young with the younger ones, you get on their social media, it's like, why
Too
would you
much.
tell that to people?
Well,
I mean, they just,
Well,
they're
too
everything.
open.
I know
Too
there's a lot of
right.
things, but there's good things too.
True.
Okay.
Well,
Like
and
us.
like us. But it is interesting too, because in some ways, then instead of people wanting to be different, they're seeing what they want to do and what they want to be like everybody else.
I think I want to raise my children with their culture, letting them know who they are, but then also letting them know they're not bound to the
Right.
structure that society put on them. You can go
Absolutely.
and you can be whoever you
different.
want to be and still be proud African American and still be who you are.
Yeah, that's beautiful. More when we return.
Yeah.
After this commercial break, more Every Way Woman.
It's no